Ira Epstein with your Tuesday morning flash video, and this is for November 5th, 2019, just after Central Time, about 9:17 a.m. Remember, we have these new time zones. In the stock market, I want to put a warning out there. Big Mondays to the upside often result in pullback Tuesdays. Does it have to happen? Nothing has to happen. But if you're a student of Trader's Almanac, other ideas there, you pay attention to that as your trade acumen grows. We're down very sharply in the gold market and the silver market. The dollar is up big, and we're looking at bonds and notes gaining. That goes hand and parcel with higher interest rates, often with a strong stock market. So I don't see a problem there. I'm looking at what's going on in the energies. They've had a nice run, and they're still holding on to these gains here. But as they get up here in the Brent to the 62 range, there's some room a little, I guess, in the crude and WTI to get a little higher. But we're going to soon be into resistance points. Just something to think about. In the grain market at the end of the day yesterday, when we saw how the crops were doing, there's nothing there that I'm seeing that's overly bullish. Yes, we have this cold weather, and there's a lot more of the cold weather coming through, but it also doesn't have a terrible amount of moisture with it. It doesn't appear the farmers are going to have that much trouble getting into the fields and getting their crops out, and you're seeing that in the pricing of this today. So when we come to the day's data, and there's a tremendous amount of it, let's go through it to get a feel. ISM non-manufacturing, 54.7. They expected 53.5. Ring the bell. That's good. Non-manufacturing business activity index up to 57 versus 52. Now the price index is falling. The prior month it was 60. You're at 56.6. If you take a look though at new orders, yeah, this is good. 56.6 versus 53.7, and employment shooting up to 53.7. You got to give the report an A grade. Market groups, final October service sector PMI came in at 50.6. The preliminary was 51. Okay, not great. Trade deficit, 52.45. They expected 52.2. Prior month was revised up to 55.04 from 54.9. And as you take a look at what's going on here, you see where the exports are down a little bit as to where you're at, but it's still not a stellar number. Redbook weekly sales, all I care about is the positives that I'm seeing. Those are good. The same thing in the ISC, so the numbers are up. Market groups, China service sector index slips to 51.1 compared to the previous number, 51.3. New orders and business confidence touched a 15-month low. China, in a continuing effort to control the African swine fevers, now is going to get rid of a number of small-scale facilities. They're too small. You can't control what they've got. Think of these as the small farm operations out there. Let's go to this. Stats Canada reported that Canada posted a merchandise trade deficit today of 978 million Canadian dollars versus estimates of 600 million deficit. So way worse, way worse. Making things even worse, the previous month's data was revised to show a larger deficit, way worse. So nothing good there. As expected, the Reserve Bank of Australia left its interest rates unchanged. Eurozone September PPI came in at 1% on the month, down 1.2% on the year. Nothing great there either. Iran says it's now going to enrich uranium at its Fordo facility. Now, under the deal, that was banned. So they're back there. They've got new centrifuges. They're like North Korea saying, hey, pay attention to me. Don't you people pay attention to me? And they'll do whatever it is to get that attention paid to them. The problem is the crush is going to continue. The Khomeini came out yesterday and said he will not let anyone in Iran talk to Americans. Okay, it's 40 years later. You got the chip on your shoulder. Keep it. So, in looking at the markets, interesting, the question is, do the metals get a bid today? Are you going to get too high in the dollar index? Stock indices, will they roll to the downside a little bit or just hang in here? That's what I'm thinking, just because they had such a big gain yesterday. Want to remind you all, if you're interested in what I do, one of the ways I keep up with the markets, and it's right here, this is my phone, and all I do is push a button and I'm watching the quotes just like you see right here, and my videos. Yeah, so I've got quotes, the news services we put out come in through there, charts. My studies are on there. So it is something you can read, and I also changed it and put it into my morning trade ideas. So when you're a subscriber for the $7.99